There's too much light. My blessed mess forsaken! These fairy tales are much too plain, so dull and dry, a lifeless dream. I'll do 'em bleak, I'll craft 'em dark to make 'em grim. That's my hallmark. My guts fill up with pretty tales. Their prissy cuteness never fails to make me puke, to lose my wits, to rot my teeth and give me fits. Out the rancid, stale and foul, despise the happy ending. Gross and nasty make me howl, though they may be offending. I'm here to build true tales of light, of fear and woe, bring back the light. I hate dumb luck, a tore-up tuck. My humble goal is to run amok. Had this credulous, lazy Jack merely swapped his mother's well-being for some magic beans, he'd have remained an anonymous fool. But add high crimes and misdemeanors to his folly, and he gets a tale named after him.
Jack, dear, we've sold everything except Milky White. Now she must go, so we might buy a nice piece of cheese for you.
I'll take it to market and get a fair price.
He wouldn't know a fair price if it bit him on the backside, and no doubt finding a paying job never occurred to him.
Where are you off to with that lovely cow, boy?
I'm going to sell her at the market.
I can offer you 5 magic beans for her and save you the walk. Plant them and by morning they'll grow right up to the sky.
Really?
To verify this dubious character's claim would presumably be too much like work. Besides, he's besotted by the prospect of possessing magic beans.
Mother, I've made an extraordinary bargain.
Tell all, my treasure.
I got these magic beans.
Oh, my Jack, whatever shall we do? We have nothing for supper. Let's go to bed.
Their very existence now threatened. She recommends a nap. Oh, well. Overnight, and here I remark that even a blind pig occasionally finds an acorn, the beans grew into a gigantic beanstalk.
Just like the stranger said. I wonder what's up there.
Oh, Jack, don't climb. You'll fall and break your neck, and I'll be left all alone in the world.
Jack pays no heed to her words or tears. With no plan, with no clue, he begins to climb. Must have looked easy.
I've climbed all day, so I must be going somewhere. There's sure to be food in such a big place.
Ooh, you best come inside, boy. It's dangerous for you out here.
Oh, surely not, missus. It looks very peaceful.
Typical Jack. Frequently wrong, but never in doubt. No resources, no skills, no idea what he's doing. In short, no sense. But instead of dying unknown and hungry, he's saved by the kindness of a stranger. Is he grateful? Not today.
Give me another piece of pie. I'm so hungry I could eat an ox. And tell whoever is making that noise to hush. I'll want a nap soon.
That's my husband, Blunderbore. He feeds on human flesh and would find you a tasty morsel.
Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell the blood of a human. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
Oh, nonsense, dear. You smell the scraps of that tyke you enjoyed last night. Have a wash and tidy up. Wait, he always has a doze after eating.
So, Jack abuses his saviour's hospitality. Twice he robs her husband and, not satisfied with a single windfall, his greed leads him back for more. Is there anything excepting honest work this boy won't do?
You seem very like the boy who stole our gold.
It wasn't me, missus. My brother, perhaps. A very naughty boy. Might I have a bite to eat?
Oh, all right. But if you don't hide immediately, you'll be on the menu.
Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell the blood of a human. Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread.
No, dear, I'm braising an ox. Sit down. How about a nice barrel of beer?
Bring me my hen and my harp. Now go to bed.
If Ms. Blunderbore were any less perceptive, she'd be a mineral. It's like Jack met the only person in the world less discerning than himself. Lucky boy.
Lay. Sing.
Master, save me!
Stop. Thief.
Jack is a thief, and the ogre is really not impressing me.
I'll track you by your smell, you beauty stinker. I'll squash you like a dung beetle and feed you to my goats.
I wish I'd cut off your ugly snout, you overgrown ape.
In many tales, there's little to differentiate between the threats and insults of those about to be winners and those about to be dead.
Mother, quick, bring me an axe!
The rhyme would go, the giant fell down and broke his crown, etc., etc., blah, blah. As if Jack even knew how to use an axe. Jack and his mother became rich, and it said that he married a princess and that they lived happily ever after. What he did to acquire his fortune is clear. What he did to deserve it remains a mystery. If you'd like a different version of Jack, one with more verve and age-appropriate reality, play on! Let the misery begin. A clueless cow, more fit for the knacker's yard than for the market, fires up this terrible tale of reckless woe, theft and murder. Which cow to sell? Let's make the choice a little easier. Make it gross. Grimm does it.
And welcome everyone to American Mcgee's Grimm. This is Jack and the Beanstalk. I'm your mad host as always, and well, time to make this farm looking a little more appropriate for its dire straits that it was that's supposed to be in. You know, if they're supposed to be selling their last cow and everything. So yeah, the only real problem to this is there's very much a lot of cleaners around, which, you know, just make life very, very difficult to deal with. That's that. But other than that, how are you guys all doing today? As for myself, it's been going pretty well actually. I have a new job of sorts, and it's been really kind of overdue, and I'm rather happy with it. But yes, Jack and the Beanstalk. This is quite an interesting tale. Where it's another one of those tales where the hero is not really supposed to. I was saying before, our residential hillbilly of this game decided to intervene. It's not one of those tales where Jack is kind of more of a bastard than he should be. I mean, he's a lazy no for good. Instead of going to the market to sell off a cow to maybe help scrap a meager living for his family, what does he do? He goes to a random stranger for beans. On top of that, being just this lazy lout who shirks responsibility because, I don't know, he feels he knew the answer better. He instead wastes his time and basically just sells off. He basically then goes off and commits theft of many grades, murder in some facts, and just overall gets a happy ending because he's our hero. Yet does absolutely nothing to deserve this on his own. So, yeah. If you think I'm gonna be having a bit more fun ruining his life and making him feel like he properly deserves it, bet your ass I'm going to. Also, directly under here. try to make Jack's life as miserable as hell. At least in some cases, make it more clear and apparent as to why he would just make these decisions instead of just, I'm just a lazy, Jack is a lazy boy and he just doesn't want to work. I think you guys can agree with me that if any of these tales have ever deserved a darker twist to it, this definitely has earned it. And I think it's time to show just exactly what could be in this miserable little place. Starting off with the cow.
Stop it! Stop it!
Jack and the cow share a common trait. They revere inertia. Let's give them a good reason to move.
Make it rotten.
Stop it!
And now we have a cow that's just, you know, kind of sickly and decrepit, and for most of its part can't do much on its own. It makes more sense that we want to sell off this old nag in the hopes that maybe someone can give them something decent for their lot. But, well, we're not over just yet, because there's still the matter of motivating Jack.
The standstill earns Jack and the cow swiftness in tender spots.
Move out, boy! Get on, Missy!
And that was scene 1, and we still have much more to show, so let us move onwards without further ado.
A garden variety bean seller, far down on his luck, but not lacking in chutzpah, sees Jack and the cow and decides he wants to enter the cheese business. Make it foul. Let's muck it up.
And, well, he actually brings up a good point, and this is kind of something I've always wanted to know. Actually, this is something Grimm's brought up many times and has always kind of come to my attention. Where do these, like, what is the motivation of, like, half these, like, characters when it comes to fairy tales? You know, the ones that just kind of come out of nowhere off the hero something and then just kind of vanish off the scales of obscurity. Like, there's never really anything to know about them, and yet strangely want to know why they care so much to, like, offer the main character, like, your main character, like, plot device X or Deus Ex Machina Y, and just never appear again, and you never hear from them usually. It's strange. And it's always been something I've always kind of wanted to know. But again, it could just be me, and I might be the only one who cares, but man, it bothers me sometimes that I can never find a proper answer for that. Oh well, maybe it's just one of those cases of I'm not supposed to know yet. Oh well, I guess I suppose I could live with that, but doesn't mean I have to cooperate with it.
Sounded good.
Even so, we still have this, well, bean salesman, even so. A man who is content with, well, selling beans. Before Jack decidedly shows up in his life and has this coward, suddenly decides, you know what? Either because this guy is the most brilliant man in the world, or he is just desperate enough. He sees a good sucker when as any decent man worth of salt is, and he decides, I'll give this dumb, stupid, like, backwater, like, farm kid these magic beans of mine, which I'm not even sure if he understands, if he actually knows they work or not. He probably, for all he knows, is just trying to you know, get something at this point. And I'll take the cow. That might not work, but I could at least make something better than these magic beans.
Damn it! That's disgusting. Doggone it.
Oh, so now he's dealing in magic
Let's seal the deal. Make it nasty.
Yes. So maybe the beans are a bit more more true to the fact than initially thought. But even more, it still is suspect though. When you're just approached by just this beyond random stranger that he has magic beans. And all your problems will be solved if you were to give him just a cow for these 5 beans. No needs, doesn't give you much an example, doesn't even show you to give you some proof. Then again, Jack is an imbecile. You already know this. He's not the brightest person out there. Nor is he, by any stretch of the imagination, clever. So he just takes it by face value and just accepts it blindly. No scrutiny at all, just gives the cow away for some measly beans.
No good can come of this. So let's get on with it.
And with that, so let us move onwards to the next scene.
Not quite the windfall she expected for the sale of their prize bovine. Mother beats the tar out of Jack until the sun comes up. All right, that might help. Most would say not much, but not me. Beat on, Mama, beat on! And in the morning... make it rotten. Get it on!
So Jack very rightfully gets his proper desserts for, showing up with such disappointing possessions of I have some magic beans. Like, that's gonna save your starving family immediately, which is what she was hoping something good would come out of your dealings, but... Well, so she doesn't believe him. Promptly thrashes him like most of the night, or at least as Grimm is depicting. I'm willing to give it a belief. Because who knows? I feel Jack has earned that properly. But overnight, the beans actually do in fact grow. They are in fact magical. And form this giant beanstalk that pierces the sky. But we can't leave it at just that. No. That would be too simple. Why don't we make this magical plant have a more insidious nature behind it? Just to not have it seem so innocent. I mean, to be fair. You're seeing the brambles, you're seeing the vines. Something this invasive wouldn't just be content in staying in just one simple area. Oh, of course not. It would grow, it would fester, it would propagate, and spread. Something like this could easily choke the world. Sadly, that would be a tale for another time, regrettably. It's also a much more fascinating tale, I think, if you had something that was literally trying to choke up everything you held dear to. At least that's what I think, that's how I feel. Oh well. And alas, we have other business to deal with in this story. Pretty soon, at least. But at least the ground floor is no longer looking just like your everyday, just shitty farm here. Insert crap sack farm here. At least it's having more of the bearings of a more proper. It has some vegetation. I mean, granted, it's questionable if that vegetation is helpful or not. But there is some vegetation at least. So it's not all bad, I assume. But why don't we help work with the rest of this, eh?
The beanstalk juts high into the sky and through a few villagers for special effects. Make it disgusting. Stomp it!
But that is not all for us, for we get to climb said beanstalk. Yay. Which leads to a big problem that I always have. Platforming on very specific railings, more no doubt. Joy. Ah! And you can bet your ass that I'm just as bad at tightrope walking than I am platforming. Because, well, I don't know. And I think it wouldn't be as bad if it weren't for the fact that the game kind of insists on throwing me into, like, as many tight corners as it can, like, or rather the beanstalk itself is content to putting me through as many, like, tight turns as it can. So what am I doing? Okay, that's something I wasn't predicting. I wasn't seeing coming, but yeah. What can one do, I suppose? We still have roughly 30% more of this world to deal with, so I'm just gonna try to get up here if I can. Oh, okay. Easy does it. Easy does it for sure. Righto then. Okay, alright. Alright then. A little too close for comfort there. And as you saw, no! I hate God. The fact that every time you fall, you have to repeat. You have to start back at the bottom. Just hurts my soul. I mean, granted, I give Grimm credit for taking advantage of the verticality that it could potentially do, which is, you know, kind of cool that they went to the trouble of doing so, but no, it hurts still when everything you work hard to just falls apart and you have to end up doing it all over again. Guys, I failed jump. Ah!
Oh god, why am I so woefully incompetent when it comes to this stuff? I'm just gonna start concentrating this now until I get back there. Hey, that's probably my jump. Fucking beanstalk, god damn it. There's no only around and I guess of course I didn't mind, wouldn't I? No! God, why?
Okay, let's try this again with less failure. Thank God. Oh man, do I really? I don't want to get the. I don't want to get the secret, but I can't. Secret, don't you dare! Doesn't fall off.
Hardly cryptic.
Good. Secret is mine. I'm just going to meander my way over here, back down the vine a bit, to a point where I can feel safe with myself and possibly not fall, so I can get up there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, and I have to deal with moving platforms on top of all of it. Of course I do. Of course, of course. Why wouldn't I have to deal with that kind of stuff? Of course not. That'd be silly.
Come on, boy! Get on board the Grimm Express. We've got giants to topple.
Jack climbs the beanstalk. I'd like it if he fell. Too bad Jack falling to his death can't be part of the story. Let's get this over with. Make a mess.
Oh, you thought we were done, were you? Well, you would be woefully wrong. Because we have to climb this beanstalk now. While there are beans falling on us because, well, the game hates you. And yes, if you want to get full darkness, you have to kind of do this like weird serpentine pattern, and if you fall, God forbid if you get hit by a bean, because, well, then you have to travel all the way around. You can't jump either, so you have to climb the slow way up. And it is a pain in the ass too, if I may say so. Trust me, I don't know if there is a rhyme or reason or logic to where the beans go. I just know that, well, you have beans to deal with. Also, there's wind on top of all of it. Because, you know, the game loves you. Loves you in a way that it does not want you. The worst thing about the wind is the moment you so much as get close enough where it starts moving you, you really have no choice in the matter. It just kind of pulls you away, and you're sort of doomed at that point because you can't really stop yourself. You can't even brace yourself for the jump, so you just kind of have to patiently wait. And wait for the next course of wind to come, because there's a lot of wind that just blows from here on out, and it is all unpleasant as it can ever be. It might have been a whale, Grimm. You don't know.
Now that's a room with a view.
And in light of all of that, we will continue on with the latter half of this in the next episode. So, until then, everyone, take care.